a desk tour, which I am so excited about, even though I don't know if anyone wants to see this. Cool. Yeah, I mean, before the semester started, I knew I was going to be remote. I made that choice on my own. Now my school has moved fully remote for the entire student population, but you know what? That's just predictable, right? So yeah, before the semester started, I knew that I was going to be remote. I knew that I was going to be at my desk a long time every single day. So I knew that I needed to make it not only compatible with remote learning, but somewhere I could be for that long and just not go crazy. It's really like what I was aiming for. And while I did put like a lot of thought into how my desk was going to be before the semester started, honestly, it's changed so much over the past 3 weeks. And now I think I'm like finally happy with it. I mean, it's just like learning as you go and figuring out what you need and getting tips from other people in the same boat, which is, I guess, why I'm making this video, that just hoping that it'll be helpful to other people, because we're all just struggling with remote learning right now. It's super fun. Okay, so let's just get into it. So let's just start with this chair. I do not really like it. I bought it because my sister had it, and honestly, like, it's a fine chair, but it's just so narrow, like the seat is. And I'm the type of person who moves around all the time when I am working. So it's just not very comfortable after a few hours. I have this blanket on it. It's just a really light knit blanket because I am someone who always needs to be wrapped in a blanket. So whenever I'm on Zoom, I literally have a blanket on my lap. So let's start over on the left side of my desk where I have all of my textbooks. So I know these aren't arranged by size, which weirds some people out, but what I do is I arrange them by when I will be using them throughout the day. So I have my civil procedure class first, which are these 2 books, then contracts, then torts, and then the next day I will have my legal writing class. I also use just one of these like hybrid binders. They're my absolute favorite. And I know that I have a lot of classes and this seems like a small binder for that, but I can show you guys what I do, like how I keep my note system. Right next to my textbooks, I have kind of the items that I will use every day. I have a cute little mini stapler. I have an eraser. I have my tabs that I use for all of my books to mark the pages that we will be discussing that day. Sticky notes, I don't really use sticky notes that much, but sometimes they come in handy. Then we have the computer. So I started this semester with just my laptop and pretty quickly realized that that was going to be impractical. So I went and I picked up a second monitor, and that is what this is. It literally just connects to my laptop and I can use it while in class to put, like documents up, work that we're talking about, while having Zoom on my laptop. Here is my laptop. It is a MacBook Air, the most recent edition. Oh shit, getting notifications. Yeah, I really like this. I don't think it's necessary to have a Pro, but my school did recommend that we get the Air with some kind of upgrade, so that's what I have. Just follow like your school's directions, honestly. It's not that deep. I keep my laptop on this stand when I am in class because it elevates it and it's not like, people looking at you from a strange angle. But what's really cool about this stand that I have is that it works for my laptop, but it works just as well for holding books. So when class ends and I get to reading, I take my laptop off of it and I just throw a book on. It really helps with neck strain because you're reading so much every single day. Having it just put up to your face, it helps so much more than I ever thought it would. And this is an adjustable one, so you can tilt it further up. I'll show you, to make it like even better for you. I think that stand in particular is so nice because I can use it for multiple things and don't have, you know, a stand for my laptop and a stand for my books both cluttering my desk. Okay, so now we have the last little portion of my actual desktop. Right here we have a little calendar that I don't update half of the time. I literally thought today was the 29th, how to fix that. Next, I have this little mug that I've just had for forever, filled with all of my pencils. I use the Zebra Z-Grip pencils. I absolutely love them. I will not use any mechanical pencil other than this now. They're just so comfortable to write with long term, and I don't know, they're great. Then I have a mason jar full of scrunchies because when I was 9 years old, I took my entire personality from Violet Baudelaire. So I can't work unless my hair is tied up. So yeah, we keep scrunchies on our desk because we didn't develop our own personality. Next, we have just my favorite candle in the entire world. Oh my God, it is incredible. This is from a Black-owned local candle company. I believe they're headquartered in Durham, which is not far away from here at all. But this is just the most incredible scent. It doesn't even seem like it would be. Like, you look at those notes and you're like, seems a little weird, but it's so good. I'll have to link the store down below because it's just absolutely incredible. I love all of their candles, and they are Woodwick, which I am obsessed with. I love Woodwick candles. Then we have my 2 planners. In my last video, I kind of showed you guys how I use these differently, but just to give a small recap, if you haven't watched that, which you should, I write all of my assignments in this one and all of my meetings, and then in my weekly planner that you can just tear off the page from week to week, I write when I am actually going to do everything. And you can see that it is pretty crowded. It gets kind of hectic. Don't pay attention to my habit trackers. This week was rough. It was rough. We're just gonna cover this up. But yes, that is my favorite system for how to keep track of everything. I could not do it all in one planner. And the absolute last part of my desktop is this adjustable ring light. I can't tell you how life-changing this is. It sounds stupid to have a ring light at your desk, but when you're on Zoom all the time, and my desk is directly opposite from a window, so when I work, I have really good lighting, but when I'm on camera at my desk, I'm kind of just blacked out. So I got this, and it is so nice because it is adjustable for the tone, and it is also adjustable in brightness. So you can really adjust it to whatever you need for that particular moment. And it clips right onto the side of your desk so that it's not taking up actual room on your desktop. I absolutely love this thing. It does also have a thing to hold your phone. I really think it's meant for Instagram influencers, but it's absolutely great. And I don't have a desk lamp on here, and I don't need them most of the time, but when I do, this acts just like a desk lamp too. So it's kind of the theme here is I just like things that don't take up a lot of room and can be used for multiple purposes. Now, like I said, my desk doesn't have a light above it or anything, so I got these LED strip lights. They were actually so easy to put up. I thought it was going to be way more of a hassle. And they are actually adjustable. So I can change the colors to whatever I'm really feeling that day. Typically when I'm in class, I do have a custom one that I use that I think is the best for the lighting of Zoom. But when I am studying, I can change it just to kind of boost my mood. It also just like looks pretty, you know, not that deep. Then I have my 2 grids. Don't really even know what to call them. Wall racks, I guess? I am not sure. So right over here on the left one, I have just a card that my niece made me for my birthday. I just like having it up. You know, law school can get really lonely, especially when you're remote. So having these reminders of people you love up can be really nice. Then I just have some tabs. I use those mostly to mark actual like statutes in my book. I like using those instead of my other tabs because it draws my attention right to them. This is my adapter for that new MacBook Air because Apple can never do anything right and they make you pay $1 billion to use their products even though you already paid $1 billion for their products. Down here I have my wireless headphones. These were such a great investment. I don't really think for remote learning at all, but for working out, great. These will turn them into regular headphones. I don't really know why you would ever need that, but I didn't want to throw it away. So it's just up there too. And then this is my laptop charger. So I just keep it right there. The next one, I have my schedule, like my weekly schedule, not even accurate right now because they changed our class times when we all went remote. So I do have to update it. I just have a little book, not even book. It's almost like a coffee table decoration, but it is super interesting. It's just trial statements. All right, so down here, I just have more stationery items. I have my mild liners over here. I use different colors for different classes. My green one is missing right now. I don't know where it is because I'll take it out to use for my civil procedure class. That's the green mild liner. And Turbo, my cat, will knock it to the floor and then hide it. So I don't know where it is. I'll find it eventually. Then I have some pens. These are zebra pens and these are Micron pens. I don't really use pens all that often. So I am kind of the unusual one that I prefer pencils. Yep, and then I just have 2 pencils. These are the Tombow, I don't know what they're called, like 2-tone. They have like a felt tip marker on one side and then they're like a very, very thin pen on the other side. So they're like kind of markers, kind of fine liners. I use them sometimes, but I do kind of just stick to my mild liners. And then I have a few pens. Additionally, I don't even remember what this brand is called, but I know it's pretty popular. Staedtler? I have absolutely no idea. But yeah, that is my little mini stationery collection. So one thing you may have noticed is that I do not have any drawers for my desk because it is a built-in desk. So this bookshelf is kind of how I deal with that. So most of it is just like decor and my books that I read not for school, just, you know, actual fun books that I like. I do have extra blankets over here because, like I said, I need to constantly be wrapped in them. But down here, I do have a little, cube storage, I think is what it's called. I need to change them out for black ones because they don't look good right now. But in here, I just have extra school supplies. I have like index cards, extra paper, some wires that I need. This is the HDMI cord that I use to connect my monitor to my laptop. Just all of the extra stuff that I could need. And then here is how I deal with only using one binder for all of my classes. So I just have these file folders, and when I'm finished a unit, I will take my notes, I will update my outline, and then I put the notes in the appropriate file for them. So I'm filing away all of my notes. I don't need all of them in the same binder or notebook at the same time. That doesn't make any sense to me. So yeah, this is just how I prefer to do it. If you guys want a more in-depth look into how I take my notes and my note system, let me know because I can definitely do a video on that. So that is my desk. I will be very honest with you. Even with all of this stuff, I get tired of this desk. I often will go and work at my kitchen table, or I will go work in my room. So, you know, you're not going to be able to find something that is perfect. It's still really important to have changes of scenery and move around. I know when we weren't remote, I never really worked at my own desk. I would constantly be in like student centers and cafes and can't really do that now. So yeah, I think for the situation, I feel very, very comfortable with my desk, and it doesn't escape me how lucky I am to be in that position, because you see these stories about, you know, schools having to send out buses with hotspots to kids so that they have the ability to do remote learning. And you see, you know, 4 kids crowded around the same kitchen table, like working off of one phone's hotspot. And it's just, I can imagine what this would have been like if I was a kid right now. Because, I mean, I've been open about this, especially in my how to choose a law school video. I grew up low income. Like, I know that if when I was a kid something like this happened, I would be constantly stressed about, you know, my family not being able to pay the internet bill and not being able to work. And I have 8 siblings, so trying to work in a household like that, I mean, I couldn't even do it when I was in regular school. I could never work at home. So it's awful, and I think it really shows just how much we consider privileges in this country that are really necessities. We can sit here and we can argue that internet should be available to everyone for, you know, not ridiculous cost. And then you're like, yeah, that sounds great. A lot of people still don't have clean water. So it's just, it's so upsetting, but I hope that it is opening some people's eyes to how much harder day-to-day life is for low-income people. Yeah, I mean, it's rough. I consider myself very lucky. So yeah, I don't want to make this like a super down or upsetting video, but just remember to be thankful for what you have right now, because so many people are struggling. And if you are able to get a laptop stand to make your life easier, you should feel very grateful for that, you know? So yeah, I will see you guys next week. 3 weeks down. Still a long time to go. Bye, guys.